I'm just walking around here. I'm in the army woods here now. That's where I used to come and play and collect bullets when I was a kid, many years ago. So I've just come down here to tell you about my next big adventure that's coming up in the next 3 days when I leave the country. Sorry about the noise in the background. You can probably hear there's gunfire going around. There's training nearby. So where am I going, you might ask? Well, I'm starting off in a very historic and ancient city before I move down to the second largest desert in the world, combined with a very high-tech city. And then I'm going to be there for a few days, and then I shall move on into the wilderness where be lots of wild animals, elephants, leopards, I think there's tigers, monkeys, all sorts of things. And then from there I'm going completely different to a very chaotic city, one of the largest cities in the world, and there's just absolute pandemonium there, which I'm looking forward to exploring and having a good banter with all the touts who are there to rip off the tourists, which I am definitely not a tourist. I'm a backpacker, so I'm going to have great fun winding them up. I'm looking forward to that. So when I leave there, I shall be trekking up, and I shall be ending up literally on top of the world before coming down and coming back across, where I'll be finishing up doing a few laps of a very famous Formula 1 Grand Prix circuit with a professional racing driver. So all good things to come, and it's taken a lot of planning. Originally, when I started planning this trip, I was going to go to Vietnam, but I thought of knocking that on the head because of certain safety issues regarding a country who have let out their population, which I'm monitoring the situation, and I shall decide whether to go there later on in the year. But when I started planning this trip, it just completely coincidental and accidental. I worked out that, hang on a minute, I haven't been to these countries before, so this was a good exploration. What are we going on? So just come from down there, and all this area is all the army was. All the British Army train around here with rubber bullets and live ammunition, which maybe you might see. You see all the tank tracks here, all tanks come rumbling down here, so you can hear gunfire in the background. So there is training in progress. Whether they're going to go into the field of what is currently going on elsewhere in the world, we shall see what develops. But let's have a quick wander, and I'm going to take you up to where I was playing. I think I was about 10 years old, maybe, playing up there, but pretending I was a soldier. I got shot at by the army with rubber bullets, but luckily none of them hit me. But I will show you when I get there the exact spot of where I got shot at. So we'll wander around. It's a vast area here. Yeah. Yeah, it's been about Oh, it's been about 40 years, over 40 years since I was last here in these woods. I'm pretty sure I'm going the right way. There's an opening right down the end there, and just to the left is where I need to go. But yeah, maybe the Ukrainians are here training, because this is very, very famous area for army training, but it seems a lot bigger. And I tell you what, when I was a kid I used to come playing around here all day long, and when I walk around here now it seems a hell of a lot bigger than it used to be. It's because probably I haven't been here for a long time, that's why. But yeah, I'm going in the right way, I'm going the right way. So I've been back in England now for a couple of months. Before, as you know, I was in Thailand, and we were basically washed out because of the weather. It's constantly raining all the time. But here in England it's pretty cold. It has been cold. Today is about 4 degrees Celsius, and I'm now itching to get back into scorching hot weather. Where I'm going, it's going to be averaging about 35 degrees Celsius. Averaging about 35 degrees Celsius, and really looking forward to having some fun on the road, mixing with different cultures, and trying different foods. There's probably will come a time as well, I reckon there's probably a 100% chance that I will contract food poisoning at some degree, whether it be through food or water or something. But it is what it is, and I'm taking precautions with me, so I should be okay. I had food poisoning when I was in Thailand back in October, but that only lasted a couple of days, that was okay. But take plenty of Imodium tablets with me, and I should be okay. Just got to watch what I'm eating and drinking. We'll have a walk along there in a minute. Just come down and have a look at this lake. Yeah, little sailing club here. Hardly any wind today at all, so how are these boats sailing? Create their own wind with the sails. See, all over here I was pretending to be a soldier, ignoring all the warning signs which were all around saying army training in progress, danger, and I was pretending to be a soldier. And so I trod on a twig and broke the twig in half, dived to the ground, and as soon as I dived to the ground I heard this bullet come whizzing past my head and ricocheted off a tree, and I let out an enormous scream, and then I heard a soldier saying, stop firing, we've got a bloody kid here. They were running over to me, gun pointing down to me. Oh, and then he said, what are you doing here? This was it, here we are. Yes, I remember, this was the opening plane. Distinctly remember this. I was diving in these woods here, and a bit stupid, so they got a jeep and drove me back out onto the forest again, and warned me not to ignore signs again. So that was a lesson. I'll be setting off on my travels again in a few days' time, and hope you enjoy the content I produce. I will be filming every day. Whether I'll be uploading a video every day, I don't know, depending on the internet connection and the Wi-Fi. It could be every 2 or 3 days, but there'll be lots of content to come from many parts of the world where I'm going to, and this will bump up my country count to 72 different countries I've been to around the world. solo, and thoroughly looking forward to it. And so when I come back from this trip, my next trip will be Vietnam, getting a motorbike going from north to south, and that would be a good adventure. That will be happening towards the end of the summer. So end of summer here will be their summer in northern Vietnam. But as with everything, we've still got to keep up to date with what is going on in the news around the world, because I did have aspirations of going to Ukraine, around the Kiev area, to explore the bombed out buildings. I know people said I'm bloody mad, what do I want to go there for? If I wanted to go there, that's why I like dangerous areas. But because I've got a Russian visa in my passport, I'm not allowed into Ukraine. They won't let me in. So until my passport runs out and I get a new passport, then maybe I'll be allowed in. But we'll see what happens in the future. Right, got to find a way out of these woods now. Got a little bit lost walking around here, but I'll be leaving the country in a few days' time. And what I have done, I've written my own autobiography memoir book called Never Look Back: The Life and Narrow Escapes of a Nomadic Wanderer. All about my early criminal life around here as a kid, playing with the army before moving on and getting out of a catch-22 situation, which I never thought I would ever get out of, and end up working for millionaires in different aspects around the world. So if you're interested in reading lots of chaos, comedy, mishaps, then please take a look at my book, which I'll leave a link in the description below. And as you read through it, many people have been saying to me who have read it, saying, what the hell is this guy going to get up to next? How is he still alive? Well, I've been wondering that for many years. But see what you think if you're interested in a good read. And lots of different scenarios in there which are totally unexpected, which I never expected to go through at all, but for some reason I got through it. But so I think I've got to turn left here, I don't know where I'm going. But until next time, I shall see you in another country in a few days' time. So I'll say ciao for now and adios amigos.